This is the story of Seo-jun, where he grew stronger by farming and evolving his pets by giving them his special juice, making them thick. Thick. What the? In the previous episode, we saw how number 3 were trying to carry the onion leaves from Seo-jun's cave. Theo started accusing Ox number 3 of being a thief, but Ox number 3 was not admitting to the theft. He believed that the onion leaves were just thrown on the field, so he didn't consider it stealing. To clarify the situation, Theo brought Ox number 3 to Seo-jun. Seo-jun clarified that the onion leaves were not just thrown on the field. He explained that he had placed them there to help maintain moisture for the peanut plants. After realizing that Ox number 3 had indeed stolen the onion leaves, Ox number 3 started to panic and asked for forgiveness. But before he could say anything further, Seo-jun, with an evil grin and his arms crossed, said, "Just apologizing with words after stealing this precious grass will not work." Just because of Ox number 3, Seo-jun got into so much trouble, and all his animal friends got stressed. Today's like goal is 4,000 likes. Please like and subscribe to the channel to support us. Now, let's continue. Then, with a confident look, Seo-jun stretched out his hand and shouted, 100 tower coins! Seo-jun needed 100 tower coins as compensation for the mess Ox number 3 made in his farmland on the blue moon night and for stealing onion and corn leaves 2 times. Hearing this, Ox number 3's world turned upside down, and with a pale face in shock, he shouted and panicked, asking if the grass was that expensive. He had no idea, and he sincerely apologized from the bottom of his heart. Ox number 3 sat on the ground with a hanging mouth, depressed and not knowing what to do. He had unknowingly stolen someone else's things, and Seo-jun was glaring at him with an angry look. Then, pointing his hand towards Ox number 3, Theo started shouting, insisting that he had indeed stolen the leaves. He demanded that Ox number 3 hurry up and pay 100 tower coins for compensation. However, Ox number 3 just listened silently, as he didn't even have a single tower coin. Then Theo climbed on top of Ox number 3's body, tapping his muscular abs, and addressed Seo-jun as the chairman. He inquired about what they should do now, as Ox number 3 appeared to have no money, just his underwear and his big PP. Seo-jun, however, maintained his angry expression, causing Ox number 3 to become even more panicked and worried. Beads of sweat formed on his face as he contemplated the consequences of his actions and the impact on the pride of the entire Ox clan. Breaking the tense silence, Seo-jun, still wearing a confident look and a warm smile, politely suggested to Theo that there might be a solution. If Ox number 3 didn't have the money to pay, he could pay with his labor. Seo-jun proposed that Ox number 3 would have to come to him and work diligently every day, doing whatever Seo-jun instructed. In return, Seo-jun would give Ox number 3 1 tower coin every day, and after 100 days, he could repay his debt of 100 tower coins. As Seo-jun explained this arrangement, Ox number 3 listened carefully. After processing the proposal, he replied seeking clarification. "So, Seo-jun, you want Ox number 3 to work here and pay off his debt, right?" Seo-jun, while hiding his face, explained, "Yes, Ox number. You got this right. On top of 1 tower coin every day, Seo-jun will also give Ox number 3 food to eat, like the spring onion he just stole and the corn leaves he stole the other day. But it's just the beginning, as he also has many more delicious crops to give, like corn, cherry tomatoes, and sweet potatoes. Ox number can eat or even take home as much as he wants to, as Seo-jun is not an evil person, and he will take good care of his workers." But even before Seo-jun could finish his sentence, a barrage of Ox number's spit started to spray at Seo-jun's face. Ox number 3 got really pumped up, started to drool, and took heavy breaths with his eyes wide open while shouting, "Can he really eat as much as the magical grass he wants?" Seo-jun, barely able to stand because of the breath and rain of saliva from Ox number 3, with a warm and polite tone, while forwarding his hand, said, "Yes, Ox number 3, you heard it correctly. You indeed can eat as much as your heart desires. So, let's first sign a contract. First, Ox number 3 can come to work from tomorrow." Hearing this, Ox number 2, happily with a smiling face, forwarded his hand and made a contract with Seo-jun to become his slave for 100 days, saying he is the happiest monster alive. As if he got to eat these magical leaves, he is even ready to pay 2 tower coins, and he will get to eat the magical grass for free on top of getting tower coins. It's like he is in heaven. Then, Ox number 3 enthusiastically shook Seo-jun's hand, and Seo-jun, with a smiling face, also shook his hand, thinking that he had secured a good muscular worker to help dig the farmland. Ox number 3 was thinking that he had gotten a good deal. He should be getting punished, but instead, he was getting rewarded. Theo, in all of this, stood with his mouth open, bewildered, seeing Seo-jun's business tactics. Theo had learned another valuable lesson from Seo-jun, that if one doesn't have money, they can pay with their labor. He started to admire Seo-jun even more as he learned this valuable lesson once again. Immediately, Theo, with a serious face, took out a paper and pen, saying that he should write all this down so that if, in the future, for whatever reason, he doesn't have money to pay for something, he can offer his labor. Ox number 3 happily left for his cave, saying goodbye to Seo-jun with a happy smile, and Seo-jun and Theo bid him farewell, wishing him a safe journey. After that, Seo-jun turned toward Theo and with a warm smile complimented him, saying that Theo had really done a great job by catching the thief. Because of that, Seo-jun had acquired a great worker, and plowing the farmland would become much easier now. Theo listened to Seo-jun with a proud smile. Hearing this, Theo also enthusiastically asked if he really did a great job, wondering how well he had done. He thought that Seo-jun might make him a chairman because of his excellent work. Seo-jun, seeing Theo filled with so much excitement, just smiled a bit. Then Seo-jun turned back, crossed his hands, and smiled as he said, "Because Theo accomplished such a great achievement, I will now extend your sales cat status for a whole month." Hearing this, Theo gave a straight and disappointed look. He had been expecting to be promoted to the status of chairman and have authority over Seo-jun. Then, Theo, like a child, grabbed onto Seo-jun's legs and started to nag like a spoiled kid, saying he wanted more reward. And this wasn't fair. Seo-jun, getting a little annoyed, started to shake his legs, trying to remove Theo from his leg. He told Theo that he needed to get off because he only had this pair of pants, and if they tore, he would have to walk naked in the cave. And just like that, the days passed by happily. The next day, early in the morning, Seo-jun, with the warrior rabbit on his shoulder, got ready to hunt some crayfish. Seo-jun had his dagger, and the warrior rabbit had his little hammer, both glaring at the crayfishes with confidence. With Seo-jun's command, the warrior rabbit jumped, raising his cute little hammer, and in a single swing, they started to hunt the crayfish with ease. After a while, we see Seo-jun with his dagger peeling the skin off the crayfishes with great concentration. The warrior rabbit, on the other hand, was systematically killing the crayfishes one by one and handing them over to Seo-jun. Seo-jun turned back and said, "This should be enough for today." And we see a large pile of crayfish, all with their skins skillfully peeled off. Seo-jun was holding one of the dead crayfish, and the agile rabbit and the white rabbit were taking care of the crayfish, removing the skin easily as Seo-jun had made a cut for that purpose. Then, Seo-jun ordered the warrior rabbit to stop hunting, and the warrior rabbit happily complied, landing beside Seo-jun. Seo-jun, with a warm smile, complimented the black rabbit, saying he had done a great job and worked really hard. It seemed that the warrior rabbit's skills had improved significantly. However, something unexpected happened. The body of the warrior rabbit started to glow with a blue aura. Seo-jun, looking confused, asked the warrior rabbit why his body was glowing. But the warrior rabbit was equally puzzled, not knowing why he was glowing. In the next moment, the warrior rabbit's hammer began to glow, and it started to float in mid-air, shocking the warrior rabbit even more. And then, with a transformation, the warrior rabbit's hammer evolved and changed. Now one half of the hammer had a pointed cone-like structure, and the other half was flat, making it more flexible and deadly for battle. Seeing this, Seo-jun exclaimed in surprise, "Wow, you have evolved!" The warrior rabbit, still shocked and surprised, held the floating, newly evolved hammer, and slowly his body started to return to normal. Then Seo-jun, with a warm smile, started to clap and congratulate the warrior rabbit, along with the chubby rabbit, the cart rabbit, and the white rabbits. They were all genuinely happy for the warrior rabbit, and they clapped and congratulated him. Seo-jun commented that the warrior rabbit's new hammer looked really cool, and he was genuinely happy for him. The warrior rabbit, hearing all the praise, stood beside the pond, holding his newly evolved hammer on his shoulder, with a proud and confident look. Seo-jun excitedly said, "Now that the warrior rabbit has become a real warrior after evolving, he can handle the crayfish hunting himself," while showing a thumbs up. The warrior rabbit responded with an enthusiastic thumbs up, saying, "Leave it to me." However, the conversation was interrupted by the growl of the mommy bear. The mommy bear was signaling Seo-jun to come outside the cave. Seo-jun then stepped out of the cave, asking, "Is there any problem?" As he looked at the cave wall where the baby bear was pointing, he was shocked to see a beehive. In excitement, he exclaimed, Is this the beehive of the new thick bee? Oh, sorry, the new queen bee. Just then, upon hearing Seo-jun's voice, the baby queen bee emerged from the hole in the beehive. When she saw Seo-jun, she had a cute smile on her face, and in the next moment, she excitedly dashed toward Seo-jun, calling him Daddy. This sudden revelation startled Seo-jun for a moment, and he exclaimed, "Is she the baby of the mommy queen bee that hatched that day?" Then, the baby queen bee came close to her daddy, Seo-jun, and started rubbing her cheek against Seo-jun's cheek. Seo-jun, holding her gently, also started rubbing his cheek against hers, expressing how happy he was to finally meet her. He had dreamt about this moment every day, and had been really worried, wondering where she had gone. Now, he was overjoyed to finally be reunited with her. The baby queen bee then called her own poison worker bee formation, and Seo-jun greeted them, complimenting the baby queen bee on how she had already started building her own little bee empire. He was genuinely impressed with her. Seo-jun then turned toward the baby bear and corrected himself, saying, "She is the baby of the queen bee whose honey you really like." He encouraged the baby bear to say hello to her. The baby queen bee, standing behind Seo-jun, curiously glared at her new uncle bear. The baby bear introduced himself to the baby queen bee, and Seo-jun commended the baby bear, saying that now that he had become an uncle, he had to protect the baby queen bee and take good care of her. This way, the mommy queen bee would be happy to see this, and she might give the baby bear more of her special juice to eat. The baby queen bee listened to all of this while sitting on Seo-jun's hat. Then, in the next moment, the baby queen bee dashed toward the baby bear and began patting her new uncle on his nose with a warm smile. The worker bee also perched on top of the baby bear, and the baby bear happily greeted and played with the baby queen bee, his heart filled with joy, and the mother bear and Seo-jun watched as the baby bear and the baby queen played joyfully. However, the ground started to shake slightly, and Seo-jun turned back to see none other than ox number 3 approaching with a happy and warm smile. Ox number 3 greeted Seo-jun with a friendly hello, and Seo-jun returned the greeting, saying hello and good morning. But before they could exchange further pleasantries, the mother bear suddenly stomped the ground with great force, causing the entire ground to shake. This startled Seo-jun, the baby queen bee, and everyone present. The mother bear let out a loud growl directed at ox number 3, and the shockwave from her roar was so powerful that it pushed everyone back. Ox number 3, realizing that he was facing the red bear that Oxkind had warned him about, got into a battle-ready position. The mother bear, with a deadly look in her eyes, was ready for a bloody fight. The atmosphere turned dark and chilling as tension filled the air. Ox number 3 clenched his fists, expanded his muscles, and stared at the red bear with utmost seriousness. He mentioned that he didn't expect to encounter the red bear so soon, but had no choice but to fight. In response, the mother bear, already furious, became even more enraged. Her eyes glowed red and she continued to growl, appearing as if she would devour ox number 3 alive. Seeing the situation escalating out of control, Seo-jun tried to stop the mother bear, explaining that ox number 3 was not an enemy. However, the mother bear was too angry to listen to Seo-jun's words. In her fury, she tossed Seo-jun, the baby bear, and the baby queen bee aside, while Seo-jun desperately tried to prevent a bloody fight from unfolding. Then Theo, the warrior rabbit, and the cart rabbit came outside the cave and saw Seo-jun lying on the ground. They asked what was happening, and Seo-jun, with a hint of worry and fear, explained that ox number 3 and the mother bear were about to engage in a fight. If he didn't do anything, one of them might die or get seriously injured. Seo-jun carefully placed Theo on his shoulder, and with a sense of urgency asked Theo to try and convince both ox number 3 and the mother bear to stop fighting. The mother bear wasn't listening to Seo-jun, and Theo, though a bit scared and panicked, agreed to give it a try. Seo-jun then started running towards the scene where the mother bear and ox number 3 were giving each other menacing glares. He continued to plead with them to stop fighting, emphasizing that the Minotaur was now working for him. The misunderstanding had been resolved, and there was no need for a conflict. The mother bear finally turned her attention towards Seo-jun. Despite his attempts to explain the situation and prevent the fight, the mother bear growled in anger. Theo translated, explaining that the mother bear wanted Seo-jun to go back into his cave. Even though the misunderstanding was resolved, she couldn't tolerate the Minotaur invading her territory without her permission. Seo-jun approached the Minotaur with a worried expression, trying to convince him not to fight. However, Ox number 3, with an honorable and prideful warrior spirit, explained that he couldn't back down from a fight. He would rather die than back away from a battle. At this moment, Seo-jun was truly overwhelmed. He didn't know what to do, and he was holding his head in frustration. In this intense moment, Theo shouted to Seo-jun that the baby bear was asking Theo to give him some churu again and that Seo-jun should scold the baby bear. Seo-jun, feeling incredibly frustrated, was at a loss for words. To make matters worse, the tower manager started asking Seo-jun for food because she was bored and hungry. Seo-jun tried to explain to the tower manager that he was busy trying to stop the fight between the mommy bear and the Minotaur. However, the tower manager insisted that she wanted to eat because she was really hungry. Even before Seo-jun could respond, the baby bear was grabbing Seo-jun's shirt from behind, asking for churu because he was hungry. The tower manager continued to nag Seo-jun, saying she was hungry, and the Minotaur and Mommy Bear were about to engage in a fight. Seo-jun, at this moment, finally lost his composure. The tower manager was hungry, the baby bear was hungry, Theo wanted churu, and the Mommy Bear and Minotaur were about to fight. He had reached his breaking point. Seo-jun's whole face turned red with anger, and he shouted at the top of his lungs, "If no one listens to me, I won't give food to anyone." Upon hearing this, the baby bear's and all the rabbits' eyes widened in shock. The mommy bear turned to Seo-jun, her face filled with pain and fear. The mommy bear and the Minotaur, realizing they would not get to eat the delicious food, fell into a state of depression. The baby bear and all the rabbits began to scream in panic at the thought of not getting Seo-jun's special juicy food, and the cart rabbit was just holding his head, witnessing all the chaos. Lastly, the tower manager also started screaming, holding her cheeks, and Theo, while grabbing Seo-jun's shirt, addressed Seo-jun as Sir, and started crying out loud, apologizing and pleading not to cut his food supply. Seo-jun remained silent, his anger evident, and now everyone fell into silence in front of Daddy Seo-jun, feeling scolded like children in front of their father. With this, the episode ends here. I hope you liked the video. Please write Part 35 inches and hash up Daddy Jun in the comments. Thanks for watching.